Welcome to another fabulous video with the International Big Shot. I do a lot of this in the wintertime. This so-called snowstorm, though, is really nothing compared to what we normally get around here. Well, this is Carbondale after a small snowfall. I got an alert on my phone about this winter weather advisory, and I think I mentioned this before in some videos. We get warnings about everything to do with the weather here. It's going to be windy. Somebody at the weather app sends me a notice. We're going to get a lot of rain. There's another notice. Rarely is there really anything to worry about. Like if we're going to have a hurricane or a tornado, yeah, I need the notices. But if it's going to snow like this, you don't really need it. The best part about this snow is that it's new. There's nothing underneath it except bare concrete, or if you're on the road, bare road, or whatever they make roads out of. So it would be unusual if I were to slip on ice. Later on, after this melts, and if it stays this cold, it's -6 right now. If it stays this cold, it will freeze, and the sidewalks at least will be covered with ice by tonight and probably tomorrow morning. So that will affect my morning walk. But right now, walking in snow like this, it's enjoyable. Like I said, we get a lot of weather alerts, and they come in three levels of severity. The first, I think, is a winter storm watch. That's the bottom of the rung as far as severity is going. This is something that they might not be sure is going to happen, but I guess things look like it might happen. Those aren't very interesting. You don't start to pay attention until you get to the next level, which is the winter storm advisory. This one is something that they're pretty sure is going to happen, but they're not quite sure where it's going to happen or how bad it's going to be. I shouldn't say bad, I should say severe. That's an advisory. It's pretty sure it's going to happen somewhere, they're just not sure where. And then the final one that you get is a winter storm warning. And when you get one of those, you know something is going to happen, probably right in your area. And the only thing that is going to make a difference to whether it's a warning or a watch is how bad or how severe it's going to be. So those three levels of warning weather alerts are what we get on, or what I get on my phone. I would imagine everybody gets those in this area. We tend to go overboard on weather in this area. I don't remember that being such a big deal when I was a kid. We had 3 television stations, and there was a short thing about the weather on each news broadcast that night. But now it seems like the weather takes up an inordinate amount of space in a news broadcast. I'm talking about local news. Then there's national news, which, unless it's catastrophic weather like a tornado or an earthquake, I'm not even sure why they cover it. Because local news does that. If we have a storm coming here in Carbondale, I know about it. I don't need to hear about it on the national news. That's kind of silly. But nobody listens to me. If the world were run the way I want it to be, everything would be just fine, as I'm sure you know. There's a lot of ways to clear snow. Clearing it from the roads, they actually have trucks that drive around with plows on them. At my house, I do it with a shovel, the old-fashioned way. And you can see that other guy just now is doing it with what, for my Asian viewers, you don't have this in Asia, but it's called a snow blower. I'm not sure how they work. I really don't care. I'm never going to buy one. And if I ever have to use one, watch out. Shoveling, though, is probably the best way to do it. It's good exercise. It'll keep you warm while you do it. This is about the only time, almost fell. This is about the only time where this snowfall is going to look nice. In a couple hours, the weather will warm up a little bit. The sun will come out, and whatever's on the ground will start to melt. It'll turn into mud. It'll be an absolute mess to walk around. But right now, for the next hour or two, it looks nice. It's nice to walk in if you watch where you're going. And it makes for an enjoyable Saturday morning. This is one of my favorite places to walk on a day like this. Without the snow, it's just a dirt path. And in the fall, it's nice to look at the colored leaves. In the summertime, though, it's just, like I said, it's just a dirt path. It's not very attractive then, but right about now, it really looks nice. There's nothing interesting going on in Carbondale this week. It's February, it's cold, and for all intents and purposes, the International Big Shot is hibernating. And I'm at the shopping center now. It's just a plowed parking lot. Nothing nice to see. So I'll say that's it for this video. Be seeing you.